Today we're going to learn about factors and multiples, and yes, this is a review from 4th grade because it's really important that you understand this key concept before we move on to more difficult multiplication and division this year. The success criteria for this week is I can identify and describe patterns for multiples and factors of given numbers. As a matter of fact, so factors are the numbers that we multiply together to get another number. So as you know this fact, 3 times 4 are factors of 12. We can say that 3 and 4 are factors of 12. What are some other factors of 12? Here are all the factors of 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and 24. As you noticed, I wrote them in a sequence that are in order from least to greatest. Now match the factor pairs that multiply together to equal 24. So for example, 1 times 24 is equal to 24. You do the others. Very good. Now what I've shown you here is a factor rainbow. This is just a way to illustrate the factor pairs in an organized sequence. So as you see, the red bar is 1 times 24 is 24, and so on. 2 times 12, 3 times 8, and 4 times 6. That's a factor rainbow for the number 24. Now that's a lot of factors. I bet a big number like 94 has like a bazillion factors. Prove me wrong. Message your teacher if you find out all the factors of 94. To be or not to be a multiple. So multiples, very similar to factors, are the result of multiplying a number by an integer, by a whole number, and we often list it in a series or skip counting by a number. So the multiples of 7, think to yourself for a moment, 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, and so on. It could go on to infinity. We can keep adding 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Now, we know they are multiples of 7. Think of that root word multi, because 7 times 1 is 7. There's the first multiple. 7 times 2, 14. 7 times 3, 21. 7 times 4, 28. You get the picture. Now practice helps our brain grow, we know that, so let's do a couple practice problems. I want you to list all the factor pairs for the following number, 28. As a bonus, I want you to list the first 5 multiples of this number as well. So maybe you drew a factor rainbow, or maybe you just did the factor pairs right here. You should have 1 times 28, 2 times 14, and 4 times 7. There are 3 factor pairs, or 6 factors of the number 28. And if you did the bonus, you would have did adding of 28 over and over again. 28, 56, 84, 112, 140. You could keep going and going. What do you notice about all of these numbers? I notice that they're all even. When you list factors, it's wise to go in order from least to greatest, remember. So if you listed the factors, make sure you did 1, 2, 4, 7, 14, and 28. Let's do a bonus riddle. What number am I? I have 4 factors, and some of my multiples are 12, 18, 24, and 30. Should have got the answer of 6. I have 3 odd factors, and some of my multiples are 75, 100, and 125. Your answer would have been 25. Think of those 3 odd factors of 1, 5, and 25. So let's look at some patterns real quick. This is the last activity for today. This is a huge chart that lists the factors on the left of these given integers, 1 through 10, and all of the multiples of those numbers. Now I want you to analyze this grid for a minute, so you're going to have to pause the video. And what do you notice happens to the factors of all the even numbers? So here's an even number. Here's an even number. Here's an even number. Here's one. There's a really cool pattern here. I hope you're able to share one that you see. And what do you notice about the multiples of even numbers? Here. Once you've done that, I would love for you to try this patterns challenge. Here's the same grid for the integers. Here's the same grid for the integers 40 through 50. What patterns do you notice here? Remember, the factors are over here, and all of the multiples are over here. Have fun, 5th graders. Can't wait to see your work this week.